A lot of research and time has gone into the making of this video. Everything I say during this video is backed by science. Studies and sources will be linked in the description below. Enjoy. I think we all know that reading is somehow good for us. Well, at least that's what our parents and teachers have taught us. So in this video, I'm going to look into what exactly are the scientific proven benefits of reading books. Did you know in one study they actually found that 88% of all the millionaires they interviewed said they read 30 minutes or more each day on self-improvement stuff? That's crazy. In the study, he indeed concluded that reading was a key factor in their success. And remember, this is just one benefit out of 7, so if you want to know the rest of them, then sit back, relax, and keep watching. Reading keeps the brain active and engaged in comprehending different words, characters, and certain scenes in a book. According to research, brain-stimulating activities like reading, books, and writing will preserve and improve your memory. One study discovered that people with good reading habits experienced a much slower memory loss than those who didn't read. Giving the brain a workout with a regular habit of reading will result in better brain health during older age, which we'll look into later in this video. Now, the number 2 benefit of reading is that a growing number of studies indicates that you get the chance to smash the like button, or maybe they indicate that reading improves your brain power and literally changes your mind. To stay fit and have a healthy body, you have to work out, right? Exercise keeps us healthy by making our muscles stronger. Reading is a workout for our brains, like going to the gym is a workout for our bodies. When you read, you are improving the function of your brain, or rather said, you're improving the brain's connectivity. In one study conducted in 2013, participants were told to read a novel for 9 days in the evening, whereafter there was a 5-day washout period where they didn't read. So on those days where participants weren't reading, the researchers found that there was a significant increase in connectivity. The bilateral somatosensory cortex, I hope I somewhat pronounced that right. Well, anyways, it was observed for long-term changes in connectivity, which they found persisted for several days after reading. Are you feeling stressed at work? Or maybe you're having too many balls in the air right now? Then maybe you should start reading more often, because reading reduces stress significantly. Well, at least according to a study conducted in 2009 at the University of Sussex. The researchers were looking into at how different activities were lowering stress by measuring heart rate and muscle tension. According to the research, reading was the best way to relax. Just reading for 6 minutes is enough to reduce stress by 68%. This was a better way to relax than going for a walk, which reduced stress by 42%, or listening to music, which reduced stress by 61%. In a 2013 Harvard study, volunteers could either read fiction, non-fiction, or nothing at all. What they found was that people who read fiction had a better ability to understand others' mental state. This is what scientists call theory of mind, which is the ability to understand that not all people have the same desires, intention, and beliefs. This also translates into having better empathy. Something to keep in mind is that reading literary fiction isn't going to improve your empathy straight away, but research do show that long-term fiction readers do tend to have a better developed theory of mind. The reason for this is that when we meet characters in a fiction book who are maybe annoying, unpredictable, and difficult to understand, it puts us in a situation where you might never have been before, and that way your theory of mind is improving, since you're experiencing new personalities and views of other individuals. You might also be likely to approach people in real life, which with an interest and humbleness for dealing with complex people, since you will have a higher empathy, and this all boils down to you getting a higher emotional intelligence. Before we had the internet, books were the ultimate source of knowledge, but yet till this day a lot of great knowledge is still stored only in books. And there's books for everyone, including endless topics like science, self-help, history, craft, art, investing, you name it. The fact still remains till this day. The more books you read, the more information you consume, the more you will store in your brain, which translate into knowledge, and knowledge lays the foundation for wisdom. I think we can all relate to having the feeling of competition in whatever we are doing right now. We want to be the best of what we are doing, so we are trying to improve all the time by reading books and articles and watching YouTube videos, like trying to improve our craft. And reading books to better understand and improve our abilities in a certain field will for sure increase your chances to stay ahead of the competition by providing new and accurate knowledge of this subject. Let's say a person is getting a job at a sales firm, then there's this other guy that just walks in like he just wants to claim the paycheck. I think we can all agree that the guy that's reading about getting better at sales will with high likelihood outperform the other guy. Now, there is a reason why highly successful people like Warren Buffett, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, spends most of his time during the day reading. He also recommends reading 500 pages a day. Maybe you heard about Elon Musk. Well, he says that he learned to build rockets by reading books. Now, if that's not motivating, then I don't know what is. And these are just some of them. I mean, people like Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates also reads a lot because they know that nearly every single problem they encounter has been faced before by someone else. So yes, reading is definitely associated with being highly successful for sure. In fact, in a book called Change Your Habits, Change Your Life by Tom Corley, it shows in a 5-year study that 88% of rich people in Corley's study say they devote 30 minutes or more each day to education or self-improvement through reading. He indeed concluded that reading was a key factor for their success. If I remember correctly, Warren Buffett also said something like the best investment you can make is in yourself. As the saying goes, the more you learn, the more you earn. Reading improves your vocabulary. Have you ever heard about the term the Matthew effect? Well, this term refers to a biblical verse which states the following: whoever has will be giving more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. Translating this to a more modern way of saying it would be something like the richer gets richer and the poor gets poor, which also is a concept that applies as much to vocabulary as it does with money. 2 studies confirm this claim. In one of them, researchers found that students who read regularly gradually develop larger vocabularies, which also influence many other aspects of their lives, from scores on tests to job opportunities. In conclusion, if you read more often and regularly, you will with time develop a bigger vocabulary. When you get older, you might develop a progressive brain disorder that slowly destroys memory, thinking skills, and eventually the ability to carry out the most simple tasks. The thing I'm talking about is the Alzheimer's disease. Did you know that more than 5 million Americans now has Alzheimer's disease? And by 2050, it's thought that nearly 14 million Americans over the age of 65 could be living with the disease, unless scientists develop a new approach to prevent it or cure it. Although there isn't really a cure for this disease, research shows that older people who read and solve math problems every day maintain and improve their cognitive functioning. A study conducted by Rush University Medical Center in 2013 found that people who use mentally stimulating activities, such as reading regularly throughout their lives, was associated with a slower late-life cognitive decline, such as dementia. Though there is probably more benefits to reading, but the ones I just stated in this video is probably the most significant ones. Before ending the video, I thought it would be nice to do a little quick recap on what reading regularly can give you as benefits. Reading books will improve your memory. Studies have shown that reading improves brain power. It was also found in other studies that reading is one of the best, if not the best, to reduce stress, reducing it by 68% to be exact. Reading fiction stories will enhance your overall emotional intelligence, which includes empathy, critical thinking, and judgment. Another thing that improves is what scientists call theory of mind, which is the ability to understand other people's mental states, like beliefs, intents, desires, emotion, and so on. The Matthew effect is the idea that the richer gets richer and the poor gets poor, which also is a concept that applies as much to vocabulary as it does with money. This means that the more you read, the bigger and better your vocabulary will be. And lastly, in one study, researchers found that the people who read more regularly throughout their lives were associated with a slower late-life cognitive decline, such as dementia. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really proud of this video since the research gone into this has been really extensive to make sure everything I say in this video is truthful. So if you learned something useful, writing a comment or liking the video or do both is highly appreciated. And remember, if you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button for more informative videos. Alright, see you next time and remember to stay awesome.
Listen.